Hey folks, I'm totally not named Dan, though you can call me that if you want. And today what I've got for you is, well, I guess you'd call it a channel update. Because as I was working on the video that I promised you all, the showcase of my regionals deck for Ghidorah, today I got the news that what I've called my locals for the longest time has finally started being let out as a completely separate space. Because it closed down 3 months ago or thereabouts, but at the time, it was a little unclear what was happening. The owner claimed that it was gone for good and that everything was being sold off, but the people who owned the whole franchise said it was a temporary thing and they would be back. Now it seems the owner was probably right if the space is being let out to other businesses. And yeah, it's really sad to finally have the news that Geek Retreat in Leeds is fully gone. There was always that little bit of hope, no matter how unlikely, that my locals would come back, it would take us back. And yeah, I call it my locals. I'm sure if you've been following me for a while, you know I moved out of Leeds about a year or two ago. But in that entire time, the place I am now does not have weekly competitions. I was still going back to Leeds to see the friends that I'd made playing there since 2019 and to have my games with them. That was where my winning deck series came from. Those were the decks primarily that won locals there. Now, of course, there are still a few decks left over from the end of that era. There are also a few decks that have won in the times we've managed to meet up since, though nowhere else in Leeds was prepared to take the whole group. It's just been random times we've been able to get together. And likewise, outside of Leeds, we've tried. Some of the group can't travel because of things like chronic fatigue, and also places we've attempted to go have either, again, not had events like where I am now, or tried to run events but not been able to make the turnout, or just, yeah, there's no clear group that I play with anymore the way there used to be, which may well be a bit of a problem going forward. I will try and keep things going as well as I can, but you may see a bit more in the way of older decks, more unusual decks, weird things that technically didn't win, but either were made for fun or really, really do something that should never be allowed. So yeah, expect the lineup to be a bit more bizarre. In line with that, I've been adding more symbols to the bottom left of my thumbnails to show not just the symbol that the deck was built on, but also the format that the deck was built for. And in terms of bans and errata and other news updates, they will usually say what they relate to as well. You'll see more of that going forward, though I'll have to do a couple videos to tell you exactly what each symbol means for those who aren't in the know, especially as some of the format symbols I'm introducing might be a little unorthodox, might not be officially recognized by UVS Games, whoever else is involved, as maybe not everything going forward is going to stay Universus. So it will obviously be the big focus of the channel regardless. Do keep an eye on those symbols though, because they tell you what to expect from the deck, alongside, of course, the winning deck or ninth place deck or top 30 deck or whatever I end up putting there for the weirder choices that I'm doing going forward. And yeah, finally, just that regionals deck is still coming. It will be here as soon as I can get it. It's just a case of there were some problems with the recording. It's taking a little longer to edit up than expected. And my own, as of yet, unexplained illness has been flaring up, delaying some of the editing process. So that's hurt the length of time it's taken as well. But I'll have it with you as soon as I can. So you may or may not see something else in the meantime. That's all for today. That's, yeah, quick channel update I wanted to give you. I really hope I can sort things out for my group. And yeah, really hope I can still keep bringing you decks and stuff. That's all for now, though.